Kia ora, a very wet night last night across those northern parts of Hawke's Bay. Before we get on to today's weather, we'll take a look back at what was happening across the Wairoa district last night. Heavy rainfall, very slow to clear, 5 hours of that rainfall above about 15 millimetres, resulting in rainfall totals in excess of 130 millimetres across parts of that Wairoa area. So a huge amount of wet weather, heavy rainfall and very slow to clear. The good news is, as we head through the rest of today, it continues to pull away. You can see the last of it just clearing away those more northern parts of Tairāwhiti, Gisborne. But for many of us, it's a dry story across the North Island. Showers, though, springing up across those northern parts of the South Island and down that central spine. But again, as we head in towards the night time, things should settle down and it becomes a lot drier and clearer. As we head in towards the night, you can see there's plenty of dry weather across the country. We'll still keep hold of more cloud in around this eastern side, and there'll be a few showers that skirt the coast of the likes of, say, Hawke's Bay and Gisborne. But most of those will be offshore and nowhere near as much as we've been seeing over the last few days. Things are looking much more settled. Here are our temperatures as we head through the night time tonight. So a cool night once again, temperatures back down to around about 10 degrees Celsius for places like Wellington, and further inland back down to say 5s and 6s for Taupo and up towards parts of Waikato, Hamilton Way. As we head in towards tomorrow, now for Thursday, the North Island is looking much more quiet than we've been seeing over the last few days. Still some showers to watch out for through the Bay of Plenty and up around the ranges through there. The South Island though, again, it's those northern parts of the South Island and down that central spine where we find some showers that's springing up. And again, some of those could be fairly heavy, especially up through parts of that Nelson area. So it's worth keeping an eye on the radar charts through there. But for the North Island, things are looking at much more settled. Some brightness and some sunshine around, a touch more cloud through those southern parts of Taranaki down towards Wanganui and on towards, say, that eastern side of the country as well. As we head through the afternoon, we'll find some showers starting to spring up through the Bay of Plenty, perhaps 1 or 2 about the top of Taranaki and Monga. And keep an eye down towards the south as well. Find some showers just pushing across the Cook Strait from Marlborough, and they'll maybe run in towards parts of Wellington and the Kapiti Coast. Just a few beefier showers though through that central part of the Bay of Plenty as we head through the afternoon. But compared to that widespread thundery situation we've been seeing at the start of the week, things are much more settled. Now, in terms of our temperatures, we'll still find highs back to around about 20 degrees Celsius in Hamilton, but pretty much the pick of the spots as we go through the rest of the day on Thursday. Many spots in the high teens or just below 14 degrees Celsius for the likes of Wellington. Down on the South Island, we're once again seeing more of those showers springing up through Nelson and Marlborough. Some heavy ones to watch out for there, especially as we head through the afternoon. A touch more cloud around the likes of, say, Canterbury, some brightness arriving through the afternoon. Just as this front runs up from the south, though, we'll have more showers through parts of Otago, and they'll push in towards particularly the Canterbury High Country and into the Water foothills there. So areas of cloud for the plains, but places like Christchurch like to stay dry. We've got those showers up in the north, they'll clear off and run away, and then some drier and brighter weather returns towards those more western and southern parts of the country as we head towards the end of the day. So not a bad story in places like Queenstown, a touch more cloud in the morning, perhaps an odd shower, but I think most of the activity around those coastal parts of Southland and Otago. In terms of our temperatures, again, it's a cooler day where you keep hold of that cloud, 14s and 15s in parts of, say, Canterbury and up towards Marlborough as well. Some of the best temperatures, some of the best of the sunshine, down that western coast, 16, 17 degrees Celsius around parts of Westland. On in towards the next few days, high pressure builds over us, and generally that means things are looking fairly settled. There will still be a few showers to watch out for, clipping the coast of Gisborne, and perhaps 1 or 2 just springing up about the tops of the ranges for parts of Nelson once again in the afternoon. But as that high pressure builds over, for many of us as we head through towards Friday, the weather is becoming much more settled, still pretty cool, and especially on night time Friday and towards Saturday could be a bit of a chilly night and a chilly start to the weekend. But for the time being, at least Friday and Saturday looking like pretty decent days across most of New Zealand. That's it from me. This is from metservice.com.